So you have your template downloaded and you have this After Effects project. Right click and open with After Effects, or just double click to open it. Depending on what type of computer you have or what version of After Effects you have, it might prompt you to create a new version of the original file. So it looks like this one was originally created in on a Windows computer. I'm on a Mac. So it will open up and you will see all this stuff in After Effects. And let me just quickly go over some of the things that you'll need to know before we dive into actually editing and importing assets and changing the text in these projects. So After Effects is basically built like a video editor, but it's kind of different. If you've ever used Adobe Premiere Pro, it's somewhat similar in the look, but you'll notice all sorts of different tabs and features. So up here on the left, you have a project folder or project window. This is where you see all of your assets. So different sequences, the images, the photos that you can import into After Effects, everything shows up here. In the middle is basically your video composer. You can see what you're working on. You can move things around. We'll do that in a little bit. But basically, this is what your video looks like. Over to the right, there's a bunch of stuff that we don't need to really play around with. And there's this effects and presets folder. And this is something you can get into if you want to use After Effects. But for just using templates, you don't need to know anything about this. The main thing you will probably need to understand the most is down here, all of your sequences. So down here you have your timeline, which is a basic timeline of the different sequences or videos that you create within After Effects. And with these After Effects templates that you purchase, they typically have a bunch of different sequences. As you can see here, it goes from 1 all the way to, I believe it'll go to 50 because there are 50 different transitions. And so you can kind of tab through these and you can see different videos pop up in your viewer up here. And then if you take your mouse and drag down here on the timeline, you can see that you go through the timeline and it kind of plays through it. Since these are just transitions, they're very short videos, but say you had a whole slideshow or something else, you can scrub through your timeline like this. So that is basically your timeline, and all of your sequences pop up in tabs up above. And then within your timeline you have different layers. So this is getting a little bit more detailed, and you might not need to know this, but I think it's important to just understand what's going on down here. You see these different bars going across. These are different layers. So one might be your text layer, one might be your background, one might be another shape that pops up or a photo. You get the idea. Then up here in the top is your menu. Really the only menu you're going to have to understand for this course and for editing templates is the file menu, because that's where you can import footage and export. You will also need to know the composition tab, because this is where you will render and export your projects, but we'll get into that in the rendering lesson. So that's it for now. This is your project file. This is After Effects, and if you're interested in diving a little bit deeper into After Effects, videoschoolonline.com, and I have created a full After Effects course and lots of other additional advanced courses on After Effects that you can check out at videoschoolonline.com. But for now, that's that, and in the next lesson we'll talk about importing assets and making edits to your templates.